We are back with the owner of Coda Organics, Vivian Fellman. Her store located off of 25th Street and 32nd Avenue. And if you stop by, you'll know you're at the right place because our producer noticed a really cool sign just outside the front door that says, hey, you might have watched us on North Dakota Today. Look at that. CBD as seen on North Dakota Today. I love that, Vivian. So, of course, we have visited on the show. I have also stopped in the store and visited with you a little bit. We're talking about anxiety and stress relief. You kind of broke it down as to how it works. I love that. Now, let's talk a little bit about how you ingest this, because people might have that question. I decided to go with a liquid that I put under my tongue, but you have some different options.
Absolutely. So that's a very common question we get because there are so many forms to intake CBD. One of the most popular form is to use the oil drops, which is the product you have and I use on a daily basis too. For example, so this is a tincture, what we called. You drop the oil, usually just start with a low dosage, a quarter of the dropper underneath your tongue, hold it for at least 45 seconds long. When you do that, what we call like sublingual method, you let the CBD be absorbed by the tissue of your mouth mucous membrane and then enter into your bloodstream. So you'll have a quicker response time, usually around 10 to 15 minutes. You should start feeling the relief and also, they get into your bloodstream and you have what we call higher bioavailability, how much CBD is available in your blood because you avoid your digestive system. If folks cannot hold the oil, we do have clients don't like holding the oil in their mouth. They can for sure consume like products like these, like this is a capsule, just take it like a supplement, pills, 1 or 2 a day, drink it with water, with or without food, doesn't really matter, and to take that. But remember when you drink it or eat it, it goes through your stomach first, so it'll take a longer time for you to feel the relief. Usually depends on how fast you metabolize the product. It could take up to 45 minutes. So that is why tincture has absolutely been our #1 selling product in our store. We also have chocolates you can consume. It's another great way to find relief when for folks who wanted to try the CBD but doesn't want to try the oil. CBD chocolates is a good way to start with as well. But always keep in mind when you eat that you just have to digest first.
And I want
another form.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Another form that's very popular for pain relief is topicals. For example, we have this little mighty powerful pain relief stick. You just rub it on your pain spots. Usually within 10 to 15 minutes, you'll feel the relief. But we always recommend to our clients, keep in mind topicals are short-term solution. It's transdermal. CBD will not enter into your bloodstream, but it just kind of work on the receptors on the surface of your skin to reduce inflammation. For long-term benefits, definitely take soft gels, capsules, gummies, or even the oil drops.
Okay, and that's what I was going to switch to because I love the improvements to stress and anxiety, but pain relief is huge with CBD, and you just talked about the topical forms. A real good friend of mine said CBD on the topical form on his knee has been huge, but what I finally decided to take the step is from talking to my mother-in-law who's had terrible arthritis and just an achy body every morning when she wakes up, and I feel like I hear from a lot of people who say they just have that achy feeling, and CBD has made the difference. So how does that work for pain relief?
Yes, so CBD, one of its most well-known effect is anti-inflammatory effect. It's 10 times potent than aspirin. So thinking about that, when you just consume the CBD, it helps to reduce inflammation. All goes back to what we call like your endocannabinoid system you have in our body. As long as you're mammal, human beings, cats and dogs, we all have this endocannabinoid system. We have the endocannabinoid receptors. Those receptors need a regulator such as CBD to regulate the body, to turn down the heat, bring the balance back, what we call, I mentioned earlier, homeostasis. So that is how CBD works. It's more effective. It's more natural. It's just extracted from hemp. And all the products we sell here at our store are organic hemp because we always, we wanted to remind our clients that hemp is very famous for absorbing the heavy metals from the soil. We use hemp to make our clothes, construction materials. So the things you put in your body, you definitely want to make sure they are organic, they are solvent-free, chemicals-free, things like that. So
And I know one of the times I visited with you in stores, before we run out of time, I want to share this because I thought it was great. You said you don't stick with just one product or one franchise because you want to find the best products that are out there right now. So you carry some different products because you only carry what you believe are the best.
Correct. This is, like I said, earlier, this is a booming industry. There are so many brands out there, so many products out there. How do you know which one is the best or is good for me? We tested every brand that we brought into our store. We make sure they have all sorts of certification, organic certification, or GMP certification. Everything meet our standard. And I also care about the brand story, like whether the founders have used the CBD before, see the benefits, like myself, or they just pursuing the profits. That's something we don't, how to say, it's just not, we are not in the same boat with that. So, I mean, we've been approached by really public traded brands wanted to come to our store, but I was like, I really, you guys don't have a brand story. Your founders never use the product for their stress or pain. And unlike the other brands, they all have a story behind. So it's just we're not the same, in the same type of business.
Vivian, I do appreciate that about you and your store. Vivian Fellman with Coda Organics. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Lisa. You have a good one.
We'll be right back here on North Dakota Today.